knowledge of Bhagavad Gita is revealed, because Arjuna is a subordinate and submissive servant. But just in case we fell asleep in chapter 10 of the Gita, Krishna wants to drive the point home. Therefore, in chapter 11, he manifests what's called the Virat Rupa. The entire creation, the entire universe, all in one place, past, present, and future. Arjuna needed a special vision to behold this form, and so the Lord gave him like a 3D glasses. He gave him a very divine vision. Arjuna saw that dazzling form as being brighter than 1,000 suns, as having thousands of mouths. And then the scene turned, it shifted. It went from being dazzling and beautiful to Krishna's consuming the warriors on the battlefield. The warriors were all killed, and they were like moths flying into a great fire and being destroyed. The universal form with thousands of mouths was seen devouring the soldiers on both sides. These are Arjuna's friends and relatives. And as blood gushed from their bodies, the universal form was licking its lips and enjoying it. Now Arjuna is becoming disturbed. He says, "Who are you? What is this hideous form?" And the Lord replies, "Time I am, destroyer of the worlds. I have come here to kill all men, with the exception of you, the Pandavas. All will be destroyed in the battlefield." Arjuna said, "I cannot tolerate this form, so fearful, so devastating. My Lord, please return to your four-armed form." Because Arjuna actually knew the Lord in his Vasudeva expansion. Krishna, with the flute, Virjendra Nandana, does not leave Vrindavan. And so the relationship that Arjuna had was with Krishna in his Vasudeva expansion, the Vishnu expansion. And so Krishna very graciously gave up his fearful form as the Kala Rupa, the destroyer of the worlds. And he transmuted and transmitted himself back to the peaceful four-armed Vishnu with the Shankha, Chakra, Gada, Padma, conch, lotus, wheel, etc. And then once again, he assumed the two-armed Krishna form as the charioteer. Now Arjuna has seen the future. He's been given a gift that very few in this world get to experience. And he was endowed with a very confidential form of knowledge. We may not have the same opportunities as Arjuna, though we can see the future. But we should rest assured that the authority Krishna is speaking with is the highest authority. He also tells Arjuna that I imparted this knowledge on the sun planet millions of years ago. And Arjuna was a little doubtful. He says, "Sun planet? How is that possible?" Then Krishna laughs and says, "You were also present at that time, Arjuna. You've changed your body, but I have not changed mine. Therefore, I can remember what you have forgotten." We are in a similar position as Arjuna in this sense. We have changed our body many, many times over the different generations. But Krishna is the same person. He's our dear friend who has accompanied us on the journey. And now, in a mood of humility and celebration, we can take up this devotional process and receive all the boons and benedictions that Arjuna experienced. Arjuna was facing impossible elements and impossible enemies. Grandfather Bhishma was not going to give up his body except by his own sweet will as a perfect yogi. And still Arjuna was able to overcome him on the battlefield. So we can also overcome impossible odds and become not only victorious in this life, but successful in our eternal march back to the spiritual world. Thank you very much for your kind attention. See you next time for class. Hare Krishna.